Hi, what's up? This is RJ Sheetal, and guess who's the next guest on the 5 Days 5 Creator Collabs campaign? Any guesses? We have none other than Spoorthi Vishwas. Firstly, I want to compliment her. You are so beautiful. As soon as she walked into the office, I was like, wow, she's gorgeous. Apart from that, she does a lot of other things also. But let's say a big hi to her first. Hi, Spoorthi.
Hi, Sheetal.
How
Thank
are
you so
you?
much for having me here. I'm super good, and it's so good to be back to Fever 104.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure to actually host you here. Now, I want to firstly start off by saying that you are a hustler. Like hustler in capital. That's what I want to say, because you do so much. You're an actress. You are a CMO at Travel Mart, right? Apart from that, you're the founder of Karnataka Women's Achiever Awards. And there's so much more. Like, if I have to talk about all her achievements, then one interview is not enough, right? So, in a nutshell, if you had to tell me what all do you do, what would that be?
So presently, what I would say about me is that I'm into three things which I love. That is, one, I love to train, which probably a lot of you don't know that I do off the court. So I am a trainer, full-time leadership coach, and then I head a travel company. In terms of marketing, and also a founder of Karnataka Women Achievers Awards. Been a little away from acting since almost 7 years, because it's not that I got married and somebody told me to stop, but still a little away from acting.
Are you married?
Yes, I have a 6-year-old daughter.
What?
Yes. Okay, that's something you didn't know?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay, my social media is, my daughter is all over my social media.
Yeah, I didn't know she was, I didn't check the caption, but I did see a few pictures. I thought niece ya nephew kuch hoga, but honestly doesn't look like you're a mother.
Thank
does
you
it
so
look
much.
like
Thank
you
you.
are married. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. So, yeah, happy wife, happy mother, and a simple girl with a lot of big dreams.
Yeah, I totally relate with that. A simple girl with a lot of big dreams, and I think people like you, people like me are the ones who inspire people out there, right? Especially girls, right?
If that does, then I think it's something which is very good thing, because I think in India it's more like, there's no better reason than being that you're a woman to stop your dreams. So that's been changing. I mean, that has been changing over the years, and I'm very happy, and we have been able to create a little difference in the society, and I think that's a nice thing.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask you one thing. When and how did you start your journey?
So, to start off, I think I didn't have any dreams of getting into television or media or films. This is something very new to my family. I don't come from any, glamour or entertainment background, coming from a very simple middle class family. So, I was just going to the college, and I just went on to an audition with my friend, and then I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And then I got selected in one of the top, regional channels, Udiya Music back then. And that time it was like, so many people were not there. We were the stars. You come on television for 15 days, you're getting recognized. You walk on the streets, people are like, okay, ma'am, you're this, you're that. And I was just 16. It was so cute, I was finding it so nice that people are recognizing
All
me.
the attention.
And all of that. So it was nice. And then I think within 60 days, I got my first film offer. That was Jolly Days. It was like Happy Days was a very big hit that time.
Yeah.
So I got a movie offer. I was like, oh my God, things are like coming my way. It's fun. And that was a college subject, and I was going to college.
Right.
And I took up that project, and that's where I met my husband. So it was our debut movie, Jolly Days. So we started together as a couple there, and I and Vishwas met there. Yeah.
All right. And was it like love at first sight?
No, not at all. Not at all. We didn't love until we got married, actually.
Okay.
We were very good friends. In fact, we are best friends even now. So, yeah.
Right. They say, right, I mean, you need to find a best friend in your companion, and you've got that, right?
Yes.
So how's that journey been? So from an actress, now you're into content creation, more so like a travel content creator, right? So how's that transformation been?
Travel has always been my passion. I started traveling probably when I was 18. I should say this story because I got an opportunity to host a show in Dubai.
Okay.
And I was under 18. Okay. And I was supposed to take a guardian, and my mom didn't have a passport. So I was like, I told Vishwas is my guardian, and I took him to get away.
Does your mom know about this?
Yeah. Okay. My mom is very cool about it. So we went to Dubai, and that's how it started. Then I was like, okay, traveling is so much fun. I mean, then I had this little dreams of, I used to tell people like, why you like traveling and all. I want to see at least 100 countries before, and all of that. So that's how traveling started. And, content creation was not something like I really wanted to do it, but it happened. People started liking, people started asking me, where are you going, what are you doing, and things like that. So travel content just came along, and I'm really loving it.
Right. And you are the CMO of Travel Mart, right?
Yes.
When did that happen?
So I took over the marketing for Travel Mart about 6 months ago.
Okay.
But I've been traveling with this brand since almost 12 years.
Oh, wow.
So I've traveled over 22 countries so far. And everywhere I've traveled with the same brand. And then I was more keen on getting into the branding and marketing perspective, because I'm doing my luxury brand management course as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I told you, she does a lot of things.
I love creating brands, I love creating trends, and I wanted to join a brand which gives me a lot of space and freedom to create something innovative and things like that. So when I spoke to them, they were very happy to have me on board, and then I was like, let's do it. So we've been doing amazing work ever since I joined there. I think I've almost been traveling 15 days a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's more like bruised passports, I can say.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it.
Absolutely. I mean, the way you're talking about it, the smile that you have on your face, it just shows that you are loving what you're doing.
Yes,
right.
It's very important.
It's very important.
It's very,
absolutely.
very important.
Right.
Every day you have to have that kind of energy when you wake up and like, oh my God, I'm going to this work. You should not be like, oh, should I really go today? Should I sit there? Should I see these people's face? It should not be like that. Whatever work you're doing, whether it's just a corporate work, or you're owning a brand, or you're working anywhere, or you're an artist, or whatever it is.
Right.
Every day morning you should be like, oh my God, I'm going to this work and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Right.
And that's something which universe has been very kind to me, and whatever I have done till date, I've loved it to the core.
Right. When you told me that you have a daughter, she's 6 years old, right? So just a curious question that I had is, do you ever feel that mom guilt that you're leaving your daughter?
No, not at all, not at all. I don't feel mom guilt when fathers don't feel that father's guilt.
Double high five on that.
So why should I feel a mom guilt? Because see, ultimately, I have been raised by a very independent women, working women.
Right.
I'm a double graduate, and I have been a topper in most of my subjects. I've been good in my sports. I've been good in my academics, even the extracurricular activities, good at work, and I've excelled in my career also to an extent. So if I could do this with a working mom who was working around the clock, why not my daughter?
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing, you just have to adapt them. But of course, there's a lot of challenges that comes along with it. But I have been lucky because Vishwas is very supportive in that case. Okay. And he plays an amazing dad. I think it becomes exaggeration if I say that, okay, women can do it alone. No, not at all. Yes. For anybody to become successful, it's very important to have a supportive partner. Yeah. In that case, I think Vishwas is very good as a father. So when I'm not there, he is okay to do anything for Sanvi, right? So that becomes really easy. I think if that a lot of men do, I think women can achieve whatever they want.
Yeah. Absolutely. They say that behind every successful woman, there's always a supporting man, right?
Yes.
It could be a father, brother, husband, anyone. But
in fact, in that case, my mom has also been supportive. Vishwas' parents have been supportive. Without this, it's not possible. So it becomes very, a lot of people say that, why can't you do it when they get inspired by us? But situation might be different for different women. People, so they might not have a, husband who's
support system. Yeah.
Having that kind of a support, can give that kind of a support, or in-laws or whatever it is. But God has been kind.
Absolutely. And now, since you're posting a lot of content with your daughter, right? Do you ever feel that, you're exposing your daughter? She's 6 years old. She's exposed to social media already, right? I spoke to Tanvi also about this. She also told me that somewhere there is this fear that she has that when she grows up, maybe she's going to see this social media world and she won't know what the real world is all about.
Not at all. I don't have that fear because Sanvi herself has, I have taken her to 8 countries so far. She's traveled a lot.
She's 6 and she's traveled to 8 countries.
So this was my dream. I've celebrated each of her birthdays in different countries.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So every year I want her to, start her new year with in a new country. Right. So that's something which I had even before she was born. So getting exposed to social media, I think it gives you a lot of confidence. Yeah, I
Right.
mean, it in a right way. She's not too much exposed to
Okay.
the social world of things like that, and whatever she understands, it's good. And I don't purposefully create any content
Got
with her.
it.
I
Right.
keep it very candid. With Sanvi especially, I don't tell her to do anything or
Right.
talk anything or perform with me, come with me for an ad or something like that.
It's all natural.
It's very natural,
Yeah.
and she will not. Most of the time, she will not even know that I'm actually capturing her. Maybe
Okay.
she's doing her homework, and I just
Right.
capture something and put it up, and it's going to be candid. So I don't pressurize her to do anything. I think that we shouldn't do at this age.
That's true, yeah, because you open, especially Instagram Reels, you see a lot of children actually, performing, they're lip syncing for a dialogue and all of that, which I find it strange because those are the age when you need to go out and play with your friends, right? And not on
Yeah.
social media. But I like what you're doing. You're capturing natural things.
Yeah, it has to be candid,
Right.
and I mean, I don't have any thing to comment on others, but for me, it's more like what she is living a life that has to be like. I mean, I don't mind showing it to the world.
Right.
Sometimes she gets cranky, sometimes she's happy. You show the both versions, and as content creators, it's a very responsible job, Sheetal. Why I will tell you, because there are a lot of people who's not got this kind of a life.
Right.
They are actually looking at you, and that's kind of creating a kind of anxiety and stress
Okay.
in a lot of people.
Okay.
And this happens with a lot of people because, for example, you're not having a good relationship, let's say
Okay.
that, and you're seeing a couple influencer who's living that larger
Good
than
life,
life,
yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
the beautiful romantic life. How real it is, it's nice. It's nice to see them, but somewhere it's getting, that kind of.
It affects them
It
probably.
affects them and triggers them and all of that. We cannot blame anybody here. You
Right.
cannot blame the person who's creating content.
Nor
Maybe
who's
that
watching
could be
the content.
livelihood for them. I mean,
Yeah.
that could be something. That could be a breadwinner for them. But for the person who is seeing, so the consumer also should be aware of how much she or he is consuming
right.
out of the content
Right.
creator. And I feel content creation is a very responsible job, and we as a influencers, what we should be aware is what kind of brands are we endorsing,
Right.
and is it really good? Are we really trying it? Are we really putting it in a right way?
Right.
You know, it's a very responsible
Absolutely,
job.
absolutely.
So I think in that way, endorsing your kid, you should also be very responsible in how
Responsibly,
you are
yeah.
showing that to the world.
Right. To add on to what you just said, I think all this hate comments, negative things on social media comes from a place of anxiety. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I mean that I will not even justify. I mean, it's whoever is commenting negative things or bad things about. Who are you even to speak about anybody?
That you're behind a keyboard.
Yeah, you don't even know. That person. You don't even know how much hard work. Somebody is buying a car or somebody is buying something.
Yeah.
They would be happy about what they have done, and you are commenting about it. Or somebody is having a good relationship. You're commenting about it. I have. It's very disturbing to see
Right.
any kind of comments on the celebrities or
Yeah, I know.
I mean, okay, this girl has achieved so much, and who are you even to say that? There is nobody in this world who has achieved and reached somewhere without hardships. Sheetal.
Absolutely.
So
It's for everyone.
everybody has
Yeah.
gone through a lot of hardships. For me to sit here, I must, I've been raised by a single mother. I have seen a lot of struggles. I've seen bank balance going zero. I have lost my business. I have been betrayed by my business partners.
Right.
I've seen my teams going away. Lot of things. I mean, there are days that I have sat and cried. There are days that I have gone to, people asking for work. Lot of things, okay? To sit here, I'm not saying that I've achieved something big, but to come wherever we are today,
Yeah.
I think we have done something and we have worked hard for it.
Right.
30 years, jo bhi hum kiya hai na, it is not just like that.
Yeah,
It didn't
it's
come.
not given to you.
Yeah.
You've made sure you've earned it. There's
So
a
if
lot
you
of difference.
don't like them, just get out of their
Yeah.
Instagram.
Unfollow
or
them.
Unfollow
Yeah,
them. Just
exactly.
get away. Who are you
Right.
to comment negative?
Yeah.
na?
Have you received any hate?
So
till now?
far with my case, it's very, very less.
Less,
Very
right.
less, because I don't know why it is very less. But
It's a good
yes.
thing.
But honestly, it does not impact me,
Impact you,
because
right.
I really don't give a damn about negative, because I know very well what I am and how
Right.
I have come this far. And for me, what matters is people who love me.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
boils down to that at the end of the day,
Yes.
right? And since you also manage a lot of influencers, you manage to take them on, tours and all of that. So tell me something, do numbers really matter? Because
Absolutely.
content creators say that, oh, we don't care about numbers because we want the love from the audience. But Honestly, what's the truth?
See, I just don't want to be that person who will put it very diplomatic here, because coming from a marketing perspective and working for a brand and working with multiple tourism boards and airlines, hotels in the travel industry right now, yes, numbers matters. Numbers, engagement matters. And the other thing what matters is what is the kind of, influence and impact that you're creating on your audience. Are they really the person who really gets influenced to buy things that you endorse, right? There's also something that you see what is the return of investment on this particular influencer. Maybe you're having 1 million followers or 1.5 million followers, but ultimately when we are investing something on you, or when the brand is investing something on you, there's no returns. People don't get influenced. People just want to see you.
Yeah.
In that case, investment from the brands would be difficult. But there are some influencers who just have 50,000 followers or 100k followers. But when you invest on them, they have at least 10% of people who are like they want. Somebody is endorsing it and they want to have that. They want to buy that and things like that.
Right.
So it's engagement matters. And I think in Karnataka, there is less information about how you can actually become big brand as an influencer.
Okay.
So that is something which a lot of us have to work on.
Yeah, especially the Bangalore bloggers.
Yes, because I've been working with multiple people. When I introduce this, they will check on the engagement, they will check on the other things, and then I get a feedback that maybe give me a more profiles and things like that. But when we dig into it, there are amazing content creators, but also the projection, how they portray themselves, how they present their brand, everything matters.
Boils down to that, right? Yeah. But I feel that this industry is growing rapidly, right?
Very much.
And somewhere, at least I don't know about travel, because I follow very less travel content creators, because I know that they'll do a good job. I don't have to look for someone else, right? But when it comes to lifestyle, makeup, fashion, it's saturated. You see the same brand being endorsed in the same way by 10 influencers. Script is the same. The way they're saying it is the same. Everything is the same. Then how do you think as a consumer we should be open to multiple options? How do we, stay away from the saturation?
To be very honest, when it comes to skincare brands and something that you're applying on your body or your skin or something like that, I am very conscious.
Right.
Because I don't believe in endorsing anything which I have not personally used or personally haven't had an experience with. So recently I worked with a fashion brand which I have worked with, which I buy clothes from. Then I'm very comfortable. But when somebody comes and says that use this or a hair oil, then I might not be comfortable saying that, okay, I'm going to use this.
Right.
So you might be seeing me endorsing the same brand again and again because I've been using that brand.
Right.
So it is a very responsible job. Just because that they're paying you, I think you should not be endorsing
Say yes
it.
To everything.
You should stick on to certain things that, okay, you should put a boundary as a content creator that, okay, this is something which I'm going to do. And I've seen this with a lot of content creators. They're very ethical. Even with travel, even with lifestyle, even with fashion, they know that what they're speaking about. And that's what gives you a long-term, sustainability, as a content creator.
Right.
If you want to sustain for a long term, being authentic is very important.
Absolutely.
Right? You just do something because some other content creator is doing, and then you do it and you disappear very soon.
Right.
So you need to be very authentic, genuine and true to yourself when you're endorsing something.
Right.
That becomes very important. So I think in that way, this growth becomes little challenging in that case, but it's a long-term thing.
Long-term thing, right? I want to ask you, what is that one advice you want to give any young creator who wants to start their journey? What is that one advice?
I would say...
Maybe you can look into the camera and say. Yeah.
The advice that I would like to give it to the content creator is focus on building a brand around yourself. Be very authentic and be very conscious about what you're telling to your audience, because influencing is something which is a very responsible job, that you're endorsing something or you're speaking about something has an impact on certain people. So those people should, will believe you, will trust you. So trust should never be taken for granted. So I would say stay authentic, stay, be very conscious about what you're endorsing, and work really hard until and unless you know that, okay, you're good at it, right? Because nobody is perfect initially. Even when I did that, first talk in front of the mic about a few years ago, maybe I would take a lot of takes, I would take a lot of time to, deliver, and maybe I'll be like, Sheetal, give me one more chance, one more cut, let's do it again, and things like that. But now it's not like that. We become better and better every time, right? So never give up. The success doesn't come overnight, right? I'm 30 and I think it took 14 years for me to sit here and talk this confidently, right? Doesn't happen overnight. And new content creators, they're expecting success very quickly. So this is something which you need to understand, something which you can't change in 3 years. 3 months can be changed a lot in 3 years. So keep that long-term vision for yourself as a brand, and self-branding is very important. How you project yourself is very important. Learn as much as possible. Get better and better every single day.
Absolutely. Learn and be curious. And one point that you told me, right? Sometimes for people, when the video goes viral, they feel that successful, right? They feel that success is so easy, but I don't think that's true. It has taken you so much time to come at the position that you are, and I'm sure there's no time limit for this, right? It could take you 1 month, it could take you 3 years, it could take you 10 years as well.
So it's more like, Sheetal, some people look at me as an ideal person, like I want to become like this. I look at a lot of other people who are at the next level, and they look at another person as that they are like my ideal. So there's a chain. Okay. So there's always, I'm idealizing somebody, okay, I want to become like this, I want to get there, and things like that. And there are so many people. So it's like step by step, you need to keep going ahead.
Yeah. Perfect. In conversation with Spoorthi Vishwas, that was her, a hustler and an inspiring woman for all of us. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun being here at 104. So thank you, Sheetal, and thank you all. Fever.